Hey everyone! Time for another episode of Jezebel's Junk. Today we'll be making an eyeball flower for Halloween. The supplies you'll need are a couple of styrofoam balls. You can use a flower pot, like one of those tiny little flower pots, but I happen to have this candle holder from a few years ago, so I decided to make that my flower pot. And you're going to need some of these bamboo skewers for the stems and some paint, of course. And I happen to have these petals from years ago, but you can also get some silk flowers from the dollar store and pull the petals off of that if you like. So first off, you're going to take your styrofoam ball and you're going to start to paint it white. And even though it's already white, I somehow got some blue paint on my brush there, but even though it's already white, the paint kind of just makes it have a nice smooth appearance and gives you a nice backdrop to work off of. You'll only need to paint one half of it because the other half is going to have the flower petals glued on the back of it, so it will be covered. So just worry about that one side. Okay. You're going to want to do a couple coats and let it dry in between. And when it's dry, it should have a nice, smooth appearance. Okay? And here I've got one that's already got it on there. Still a little wet, but... So see how nice and smooth that is compared to before? The styrofoam as itself is kind of shiny and sometimes textured or can have flaws or bumps in it. So with the paint on it, it just looks a lot nicer. Okay, so now that you've got your white part of your eye, you're going to take a color, which I've got some blue over here, and you're going to draw your iris, which is the colored part. And this is the part that's hardest for me to get that circle just perfect like I want it. You're just going to want to take some time, go slow, and get it just how you like. Let it dry between coats, keep working on it for a while. Okay? I've got one here. This is not quite dry, but I'm gonna try to do some on it. You want to just give the color some variation. Be as creative as you want. And then hopefully you'll end up with something like this, which I worked on for a while. Used several different coats. Used my teeny tiny paintbrush to blend the separate colors together. Okay. And then I used this pen to do the bloodshot veins, which is actually not a pen you want to use on paint. It worked out for a little bit, but it did start to dry out and I had to scribble on paper and whatnot. But it worked. So once you've got your eye all painted like you want it, you're going to start to put the petals on. So I'm using hot glue in the interest of time. You might have better luck with Aleene's tacky glue or something like that. I think the hot glue is going to be okay, though. I really do. Just going to slap a little glue there on the end. Stick it on there. Now, in the video that I actually found this project from, they also used some fake eyelashes, which I think will be really fun. They just stuck them around the iris. I had all the supplies but the eyelashes, so no eyelashes for my eyes, but that would be a really fun addition. Okay. So you see it's starting to come together there. And you want to add a couple layers. I'm actually running out of glue here. Didn't realize I was at the end of my stick. I'm not sure where to add. That looks pretty nice, actually. What do you guys think of that? I'm not sure if I can grab some more hot glue easily right now. So we might just have to leave it at this. But I think that's already actually come together pretty well. So, you've got your flower. And I have wrapped tape around this stem. I think what we'll also try is we'll paint a stem. Let's do this dark green. Oh, I got some already. Let's see here. Put this guy aside. Don't want him to get paint on him. Her, I don't know. We'll see how that looks. I think some floral tape would work really nicely too. I had this green masking tape, so that worked pretty good. Yeah, I think we'll do a couple of that color too. That's going to be nice. That's going to need a couple coats as well though, so let that dry for now. And then the last thing you want to do is you're going to take your cup, you want to put some hot glue down in there, and you're using another styrofoam ball as a stand. Now you can paint this green or brown if you want it to look like dirt. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some of that moss, because this is a lot more shallow than perhaps a flower pot you would be using, or deep rather. So I'm going to put some moss on top of that, which I don't have yet, but that will be the plan. So the last thing you want to do is you're going to take your stem and you're just going to stick it in there. And then you're going to stick it in the pot. And that's not glued down because I ran out of glue, but there you are. Your adorable eyeball flower. I think that's pretty cute. I'm going to work on it some more, and I will put the finished products in the thumbnail so you guys can see the entire beauty of it. So hopefully you guys like this project, and I hope that you will make one too. Oh, I did also want to tell you another thing you can do is get those vampire fangs, those plastic vampire fangs they give out, you know, at Halloween. And you could glue those on there and put a flower on that, so you could have some eyeball flowers and some teeth flowers. So that will just be loads of fun. So hope you enjoyed this little project, and happy Halloween.